Hello everyone, my name is Miss Esther and welcome to episode 2 of the Ask Miss Esther show. And in this episode, I'll be answering questions on screen time, sibling rivalry, and the last one, which is fear. So let's start with the first question we have for today, which says, what is the best approach to handling sibling rivalry? My two children are always fighting each other. What should I do about it, please? I don't want them to grow up hating each other. This one right here. Now, the truth is, sibling rivalry is what most parents get to face, right? Where your kids are not getting along with each other and all that. But I think when you're faced with such situation, first thing you need to do as a parent is look for activities that are going to bring your kids together. Game activities. You can give them chores that they can do together to foster the love between them, team building games and all that, right? And also make it clear to them when they are doing these things that they do not need to have like an unhealthy competition on who does it better or not. Okay, also keep hammering on the fact that they should love one another. Like, you have to always preach about love. Let them know these things. It's not rocket science. They don't wake up today and know that they're supposed to love. Okay, but when they keep hearing about it every time and every time, it registers in their subconscious, and somehow they just need to know that, okay, this is my brother, this is my sister, and I have no other option but to show you love. Yes, another way to work on this is to also teach them conflict resolution skills. Yes, because a conflict is going to happen. Yes, misunderstandings are going to happen. Even you and your darling husband, sometimes you will have misunderstandings, right? Look back at when you were a kid, right? You had misunderstandings with your siblings, no matter how you came from the same womb, right? These things are bound to happen. So, but when it happens, it's how they go about it that matters the most. Okay, have you taught them, okay, when this thing happens, report to daddy, report to mommy, don't take laws into your hands, don't hit your sister, don't hit your brother. Teach them things like this so that they know that, okay, this is accepted and this is not accepted. Okay, lastly, I want you to take away favoritism in the house. There's nothing like favoritism, and I'm a like I call it victim. I don't know what I was saying, but growing up, oh my god, mommy, if you're watching this video, this one is for you. My mom loves my older sibling more. I don't know where the love came from. I think most parents get carried away, when a child maybe gets drawn to you naturally, you just have this natural love for that child. It's not like you hate the other one, but it's almost like you have this natural attention you're giving to this other child than the other, and it's not from a place of knowing. Most times you don't even know when you're doing it, right? So for my mom, I grew up and gave her the excuse of, oh, maybe she didn't know better, right? So my older sibling, then my brother, then she was always giving him that attention. I don't know, like there was just something special about it. And I'm always asking, like, shame me, I not be picking. Am I not a child? You understand? Like, you're giving birth to him, you give birth to me too. Like, both of us, we deserve, same attention, same love, and all that, and same care, right? So don't treat any child more than better than the other child. They are both your children, okay? Because this is also going to create conflict mindset between the children, and that's not what you want, right? When you're now giving this one more attention than the other, that other child starts to feel left out, starts to feel alone, and obviously that's not what we want. Okay, lastly, this is very practical. When you notice that your children are coming off on each other and all that, right? What you can do is let them eat from the same plate. I know that they might outgrow it later and maybe want to start eating individually, or maybe not all the time, but like make it a duty or a routine in the house where sometimes you put their food together. Like, they have to eat together, they have to do things together. I think I mentioned that the first time, where you have to give them activities that they need to do together to foster this love between them. Okay, so I think when you go this route, you are going to help reduce the conflict between siblings, if not take it away totally. All right, so the second question here says, what's the best way to handle my child's fears or anxieties? what's the best way to handle your child's fear? Okay, so your child's fear stroke anxieties may come off in different ways, but I'm going to use my personal experience to explain how you can help your children deal with fear. Okay, so for me, it was when our daughter had to start sleeping in her room alone and she was scared of the dark. She was scared of the dark. It was so bad that, she would cry out of her room and tell you that, oh, there were like non-living creatures that did not exist that were in that room with her. And I'm like, okay. So what we did was we acknowledged that fear. Are you scared? Okay, now I know you're scared. I didn't have to start telling her. We didn't have to start telling her, how? Why are you scared? It's not just darkness. It's not just darkness. Take care. You'll be fine. No, that's a child who's trying to go through that moment, right? So what you can do is acknowledge that, okay, oh, I understand that you are scared, and I know that it's okay to be scared. Acknowledge it first. Don't dismiss them, okay? Now, secondly, what you're going to now do is look for solutions to help them stay in that darkness, because the end result is that you want that child to stay in that darkness, or to kill that whatever fear that they have, right? So what we did for her was like we taught her coping mechanisms, like, breathing when you're scared. You have to take deep breaths when you're scared. For me, I'm a Christian. Yes, I brought in God to it. I brought in the Bible to it. I opened the passage in the Bible that talks about fear. That where God said, "Fear not, because I'm with you." I sang songs about fear. You don't know He is by your side when you cry. Wipe your tears, wipe your eyes. Lord is always by your side. So I created that vision to have that Jesus Christ, which is our best friend, is always by her side, and God is everywhere with us that we go, no matter how or no matter what the issue may be, right? Secondly, what we did was I made her understand that no matter what, darkness or light, whatever is in that room is the same thing that is in that room. For example, I turned on the light. I said, "Where is your bed position?" She showed me the bed. "Where is your bag?" She showed me a bag. I'm like, when I turn off this light, these things are not going to move or displace themselves. They are going to still be where they are. So there's nothing coming in, there's nothing going out. Okay. So we did the practice, and that was also gradually helping her into understanding that, okay, whether there's light or darkness, I am still, or the same things are still in my room. There's nothing extra. There's no creature that I'm creating in my head or in my mind that is in this room. Okay. And yes, we understood that it was just a new phase for her. So we put like a dim light, a dim light, or some days we'll open her window and make the moonlight to come in through her window so that she'll be fine. And we also told her that, whenever she's scared, she can always come to our room and knock. And then for some other days, we would allow her sleep in our room. And some other days, we tell her, okay, well, you slept in our room. The next day, you're going to sleep in your room. And we're going to have an agreement. And she'll say, yes, she'll try. Okay, so with this method, you can apply it in whatever area your child is having fear in and see how it goes. Okay? How can I encourage my children to be more independent? They're always clingy and always want to be by my side. I love it though, but I would also want them to learn to be independent. It's a natural thing for children to be clingy, and coming from a point of most times children want to just have this assurance that mommy is around, daddy is around. It's not like if you put them in the parlor and you want to be in the room, you can't be there. They just want to know that you're around, right? And once you give them that assurance and say, okay, you know what, mama or papa, you're playing your games in the playroom or you're playing your games in the parlor. I want to go into the room and, work. Just be rest assured that I'm in the room. I'm not going anywhere. Okay? Stay here, play, have fun. Okay? And then when I'm done with work, I'm going to come out and play with you. What you're doing to that child is like you're letting them know that you're not going anywhere and you're still around, even though you're not inside. Okay? Because they want to just see you inside because they want to be sure that mommy is around. You don't want that shock of mommy is not around, mommy went out. You know that they did to us when growing up, we always want to be with our parents and then they want to go out and say, okay, now your slippers are coming. If they ever did that to you, the second time is always not as funny as the first time, because that second time you don't even want to leave their sight. You get me? So it's like I want to be sure that I'm seeing you. All right. So if you can do this method of, assuring them that you're still around, even though you're not inside, it can work. And when you're even not inside, sometimes you can just call out their names, or you can just say something wherever you are so that they can hear you and know that truly, truly, you're still in close proximity. Secondly, you can gradually start giving them age appropriate responsibilities like, okay, Bobo, you can go to your room and go and arrange your bookshelf whilst I stay in the parlor and wait for you. And, at first they might not want to, but like, tell them about the reward that awaits them. Oh, when you arrange your room, this happens, this happens, all those juicy rewards that children love to hear. Oh, I'm going to give you a high five. Oh, I'm going to do horsey with you, all those things. And then slowly, slowly, they'll start settling into the idea of being on their own, doing things on their own, and give them schoolwork sometimes. Tell them, okay, mama or papa, I want you to go solve this mathematics on the dining. I'm in the kitchen, and I want to do something. Okay, just give them something that would keep them busy away from you, and give positive reinforcement when these things are done, because they want to do that. All right, I've answered all the questions for this episode, and I would love to answer more of your questions. So you can get your questions coming in the WhatsApp community. If you're not in the WhatsApp community, you can, access the WhatsApp community with the link in the description box below.